The alarm clock screams it's 6 a.m. Another day begins filled with the promise of both challenges and small victories. The busy dad, let's call him Mark, stumbles out of bed, his mind already racing through the day's to-do list. He's greeted by the smell of burnt toast, a not-so-gentle reminder of his earlier attempt at breakfast. Apparently, his attempt to get a head start on breakfast didn't go as planned. No worries though, Mark is used to improvising. He throws the toast, makes a mental note to buy a new toaster and starts making pancakes, the kids' favourite. The smell of batter sizzling on the griddle fills the kitchen. Upstairs, the kids are slowly stirring, their sleepy faces hinting at the energy they will soon unleash. Two little tornadoes, ages 6 and 8, will soon descend upon the kitchen, demanding breakfast and entertainment in equal measure. Their laughter and chatter are the soundtrack of Mark's mornings. Mark's wife, already dressed for work, gives him a quick kiss and reminds him about their son's soccer practice later today. Her presence is a brief but comforting anchor in the morning storm. Mark makes a mental note. It's going to be one of those evenings. Soccer practice means juggling dinner and homework too. The next hour is a blur of activity, a whirlwind of tasks that somehow all get done. Pancakes are flipped, lunches are packed, and stray socks are paired. Each task is a small victory in the morning marathon. Mark simultaneously tries to answer emails on his phone and referee a minor squabble over a toy truck. Multitasking has become second nature to him. He knows this morning routine well. It's a carefully choreographed dance of chaos and caffeine. Finally, everyone is ready, and the house begins to quiet down. Mark bundles the kids into the car, dropping his daughter off at school before heading towards the office, his son chattering excitedly about his upcoming soccer game. The drive offers a brief moment of calm. The morning chaos is just the first act in the daily performance of a busy dad. With a deep breath, Mark prepares for the next chapter of his day. The workday is a series of meetings, deadlines, and phone calls. Each task demands his full attention, leaving little room for error. Mark loves his job, but sometimes it feels like he's juggling chainsaws while riding a unicycle. The pressure to perform is immense, and the stakes are always high. He's constantly switching gears from strategic planning to answering emails about his son's upcoming school field trip. The transition is seamless, but it takes a toll on his energy. Lunch is a hurried affair, eaten at his desk while catching up on industry news. He barely has time to savor his meal, let alone take a proper break. Mark dreams of a relaxing lunch break, maybe even a quick workout, but he knows that's a luxury for another day. The demands of his job simply don't allow for such indulgences. The afternoon brings more of the same: presentations, negotiations, and a constant stream of emails. Each task requires his undivided attention and utmost professionalism. Throughout the workday, Mark steals moments to connect with his family. These brief interactions are his lifeline, keeping him grounded. A quick text message to his wife, asking how her day is going. It's a small gesture, but it means the world to both of them. A peek at his daughter's artwork sent via text from his mother-in-law. These moments bring a smile to his face and remind him of what truly matters. These small moments of connection, brief as they are, help to keep him grounded amidst the chaos. They provide a sense of balance in his hectic life. As the workday winds down, Mark starts to think about the evening ahead. The transition from work to home is another balancing act. Soccer practice, dinner, homework, and bath time. The mental to-do list seems endless, yet he tackles it with the same dedication he brings to his job, but there's also the promise of bedtime stories, snuggles, and the satisfaction of knowing he's building a good life for his family. These moments make all the hard work worthwhile. The drive home is a chance for Mark to decompress, a brief respite from the hustle and bustle of his demanding job. He listens to his favorite podcast, a welcome distraction from the day's stresses, allowing him to unwind and shift his focus. He also uses this time to mentally prepare for the evening ahead, anticipating potential challenges and reminding himself to stay patient and present. He arrives home to find his kids bouncing off the walls with pent-up energy, their excitement palpable and infectious. His wife, home from work just minutes before him, is attempting to make sense of the mountain of artwork, permission slips, and miscellaneous items that seem to follow their children everywhere, a never-ending task. Dinner is another carefully orchestrated dance of controlled chaos, a symphony of clinking cutlery and animated chatter. There are spills, arguments over peas, and the inevitable dropped fork that rolls under the table, adding to the evening's lively atmosphere. But there's also laughter, silly jokes, and the heartwarming sight of his children eating with gusto, their joy filling the room. After dinner, it's time for soccer practice, a much anticipated part of their routine. Mark watches with pride as his son races across the field, his little legs a blur of motion, determination etched on his face. Even though he's exhausted, Mark wouldn't trade these moments for the world, finding joy in the chaos and cherishing every second. Later that evening, after the kids are finally asleep, Mark collapses onto the couch next to his wife. They share a glass of wine and a few quiet moments of conversation, catching up on their day and relishing the peace and quiet. He knows he should be using this time for self-care, maybe reading a book, taking a hot bath, or going for a run, but right now all he wants to do is close his eyes and enjoy the stillness. He figures that counts as self-care too. Tomorrow will be another busy day, filled with its own unique challenges and rewards. But for now, Mark allows himself to relax and appreciate the simple joys of family life. He knows he doesn't always get it right, but he's trying his best, and that's all that matters.